If you're seeing this video, I trust it is for a reason. Divine timing has entered the chat. It is time for you to finally receive the rewards that you have been working so diligently towards. I'm just getting this energy of like very fertile ground where like the soil is like primed and ready for you to plant all of these seeds, for you to water your garden, and for that to actually sprout and bear fruit. I feel like you have experienced a lot over the course of your life where you have planted seeds, you have tried to water them, you have tried to tend to your garden, and everything came up like dead, dry, just not fertile. It just was not planting or bearing the fruit that you were trying so hard to plant. And I feel the universe really coming in strongly to let you know that these challenges, these disappointments, these, past attempts at growing this garden, the reason those failed is because you needed to get to a place of surrender. You needed to get to a place of trust and also a place of contrast, because a huge part of this human experience is to experience the highs and the lows of life. I feel like this collective that I'm speaking to has experienced a lot of lows in your life. You've experienced a lot of betrayal. You've experienced a lot of burdens, like heaviness is kind of the energy that I feel. Just this like weight that has kind of been on you for most of your life, or especially over these last few years. I feel like you've just been like trudging through the dirt, through the mud, trying to make your way through. There's a lot here about family. I feel like family dynamics have kind of undergone a big transformation for you, especially again over the last couple years, if not for the majority of your life. But there's been a huge shift in dynamics around like your blood relatives, the people you consider your family. And it's kind of like broken you open through this sort of pain of having to redefine what family means to you, look at your family in new lights. As we grow into adulthood, we kind of recognize that like, at least a lot of us recognize that like family, just because you're blood, doesn't necessarily mean that they have to come with you on these next stages of your journey. And I feel like you've gone through a lot of that process of kind of like filtering through who deserves your time and your energy, regardless of your connection, by blood or ancestry. You've experienced, again, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, but I feel like you've entered this healing journey where now you've risen to a point where the universe is ready to meet you and create with you. You had to kind of go through a lot of these like toxic energies. You had to filter through those a lot. Again, you had to make those difficult decisions of like breaking away from certain family members, it feels. And there's been a lot of like, there's been a battle with the universe. I feel like there's been times where you yourself were just like so frustrated, so stubborn, not wanting to surrender, not wanting to let go, feeling like you were being attacked, feeling like the universe was working against you. And like all the while, spirit, God, the universe was just like standing back waiting for you to get. It's kind of like that energy of like when toddlers are throwing tantrums and they're just like flailing around and they can't think straight. And, as a parent, you have to like regulate, and you kind of like, I just feel like spirit is kind of being like the parent to you in the situation where they're just like waiting for you to finally calm down and be like, okay, are you done with your tantrum? Are you ready to receive now? Okay, this is like the direction that we're going to go. So you had to kind of go through this experience of, again, losing a lot, shedding a lot, redefining a lot. And now that you've kind of come to this awareness of what exactly that means to you, what it is that these connections have kind of dealt you with these experiences, you're now able to step into your energy of like a master manifester, somebody who like calls in and manifests with ease, because you've finally given up the fight with the universe. You finally let go of it coming in a specific time, it manifesting in a certain way, it looking and feeling and, being like so specific with your manifestations to the point where you would get angry or upset with the universe that it wasn't coming in the exact timing, the exact way that you had hoped. You finally were just like, you know what? Okay, universe, I surrender. I give it all up to you. Angels, guides, take it from here because I'm done fighting with you. And it's like, that's what they've been wanting all this while. They wanted you to come to this realization that the world, the universe has always been working for you. All of these difficulties, all of these experiences were here to kind of provide and mold you into a person that is able to finally call in the things that they deserve, but release the control. I feel like control has been like a huge issue for a lot of this collective. I get it. I struggle with that myself. But you've finally let go again. And you've finally given up this idea that it has to, again, be presented in a certain way for it to be your manifestation come to light. And I feel like because of that, the universe is ready to like surprise you with something even better. Again, divine timing. The soil is ready for you to plant these seeds and actually bear fruit. I just want to encourage you, if you've been through this like trial and error, or you've like gotten frustrated with your manifestation journey and things just like never worked out for you in the way that you had hoped, I want you to try again. Like, get up and try again, because I feel like now is the time, now is divine timing where your efforts are actually going to work in the way that you hoped. And again, not exactly, right? Like, there are so many endless possibilities that our human mind and ego cannot think of. And so we really have to like let go of that, like surrender to the process. But as far as like initiating a manifestation, initiating like a new vision for your life, initiating a new stage that you want to see come in or call in, now is the time to do that, because it's fertile ground for you to actually receive this. You're going to feel pampered. You're going to feel spoiled. You're going to feel provided for. You're going to feel like chosen. Literally, you're like, I'm getting this like very heavy superstar energy, like on a stage, if that's what you're calling in, amazing. Like, that's literally what I'm seeing, is like you being on a stage with all the spotlights on you. Outside of that, though, it's just, again, like you really taking control of your life. You really like transmuting and like alchemizing all of the pain and the suffering that you've endured, all of the burdens that you've been carrying for so long, and finally allowing them to like give you power and strength to like look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of who you are, proud of what you've overcome, proud of the person you're becoming, proud of the direction that your life is going, because you wouldn't be who you are, you wouldn't be where you are today if it weren't for all of these things that had happened in the past. And I feel like you're finally kind of coming to terms with that. And rather than like cursing the universe, being angry at the universe, again, fighting like this bare knuckle grip on your manifestations and like it has to come in this way, you finally released that, and like spirit was like, okay, thank goodness that you've done that, because here you go. So get ready to receive, continue to release. If that is something that you struggle with when it comes to like the control, the micromanaging, continue to release that. Continue to remind yourself that you are deserving, that it is time, that it is divine timing. And when I say divine timing, it means like now is the time for these things to start coming in. That doesn't necessarily mean like tomorrow you're going to wake up and your manifestation is here. Of course, some of you, if you're aligned to that energy, absolutely. But a lot of the things happen in the unseen before they've come into our physical reality. I want you to just kind of like get in the mindset of like, my manifestation is coming. My manifestation is finally ready for me to inherit or for me to obtain. Like, you're in your season of blossoming with whatever seeds that you've planted. Again, it's fertile ground. It is time for you to receive that after a period of feeling a little bit disheartened by your journey, after a period of feeling like, again, just like frustrated and kind of giving up, kind of bickering and fighting with the universe. You're receiving some support with this. And it's coming from a time of you surrendering, finally trusting the flow of how things are going to pan out, and catering to yourself first and foremost, which is allowing the universe to really fill in and step in and provide you with the truth that you have always been in control. They just needed you to release the grip a little bit. So sending you so much love. I feel like, yeah, you have something really amazing that is coming in that feels like very romantic in essence, like even though it's not like necessarily romance, unless that is what you're calling in, but it's just going to, again, make you feel very loved, make you feel very chosen, make you feel very supported by the divine. So sending you love.